Don't trade truth for comfort. We live in a world obsessed with approval. But here's the piercing question. Are we more concerned with being liked by other people rather than being faithful? Because the gospel of comfort is no gospel at all. That's exactly what Paul confronted in Galatians. Paul was shocked that the Galatians were abandoning the true gospel for something easier, more appealing, and more acceptable. He called it for what it is, a different gospel, which is no gospel at all. And he makes it clear, anyone who preaches a twisted gospel is cursed. Why was he so intense? Because altering the gospel to make it popular doesn't just weaken it, it destroys it. There's soul at stake. Eternity is at stake. That is why verse 10 hits so hard. Paul refuses to twist or water down truth just to gain approval. He says, if I were still trying to please people, I would not be a servant of Christ. You cannot live for both God's approval and people's applause. You cannot serve two masters. You have to choose one, either God or man, truth or popularity, Christ or comfort. And this is convicting because, again, we live in a world obsessed with approval. So many of us are tempted to live out a comfortable gospel. We'll say, oh, I am a Christian at church. But we hide it at school and at work. We won't speak truth about sin because we don't want to look judgy. We'll nod along with friends, joke about sin, laugh at things we know dishonor God, or keep silent when the opportunity to share Christ comes, all because we want people to like us. Why? Because it is easier. It is less offensive. It keeps us comfortable and keeps the world liking us. But Paul says that is not the gospel. That's betrayal. To distort or dilute Christ's gospel for the sake of being liked is to desert him altogether. And here's a real life example. Imagine you're in a group chat where everyone is making fun of Christianity or sharing stuff that mocks holiness. Do you stay silent so you don't cause drama, or worse, do you join in with a laughing emoji? That silence, that compromise is preaching a false gospel with your life. The gospel of man's approval over God's truth. And here is the harsh truth. If we're more concerned with being liked than being faithful, we have already chosen our master, and it is not Christ. Many of us may not preach with our mouth, but we preach with our lives. When we hide our faith, compromise on truth, or soften the cause of discipleship, we are declaring to the world that man's opinion matters more than God's. That is functional idolatry. But here's the encouragement. The gospel, the one that offends human pride, is also the only gospel that saves. When you stop living for people's approval and cling to Christ alone, you gain the freedom Paul had, boldness, clarity, and unshakable assurance. No more being enslaved to what people think. No more watering down the gospel to fit in. God's approval in Christ is eternal, unshakable, and worth infinitely more than the temporary applause of man. There's only one gospel, and it will cost you approval in this world. The question is, will you be found faithful to Christ or exposed as someone who traded truth for comfort? Will you stay silent for comfort or stand bold for Christ who died for you?